Peace, everybody. Marc Lamont Hill here, talking about hip hop today, man. I know we've been talking a lot of heavy stuff lately, but I wanted to make sure that we talk about hip hop because Andre 3000, one of the greatest rappers of all time. He is absolutely top five dead or alive. He's absolutely in my top five, and I'll tell you what my whole top five is before we end this session. Andre 3000 put out a new album. It's called New Blue Sun. If you had told me a month ago that Andre 3000 was putting out a new album with all original tracks and 8 new tracks, I'd be like, that's the perfect album. 8 tracks, Andre 3000 by himself. The album is fire. In terms of the construction of it, the image is beautiful on the cover. 8 tracks, and the titles of the tracks are long and weird and crazy and creative and dope. I'm like, yo, this is exactly what I would want from an artist. Then they announced that there would be no rapping on said album. They said that this would be an album of him playing the flute. And I said, damn. I've been waiting for an Andre 3000 verse every day. And sometimes he gives us those verses. I've been waiting for an Andre 3000 album since he put out The Love Below more than 20 years ago. Or about 20 years ago. I need some new material from somebody, again, who I regard top 5. By the way, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you want to hear more about not just politics, but also culture, art, education, all the stuff we do on this channel. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you can, hit that join button. Let's talk about this though, right? So I got to be honest. I was being selfish. I wanted Andre 3000 to make a rap album because, again, when he raps, I feel like he raps circles around everybody else. It's rare that I don't feel like Andre 3000 raps circles around everybody else. I mean, you put him on a track with Jay-Z on I Do, and Ho's verse was dope. Jeezy gave the fire, he got that voice, but Andre's voice is crazy. You know, you got classic songs, you know what I mean? International Players Anthem. You could go anywhere in the world, damn near, where there's black people anywhere, where there's hip-hop fans, and when Andre's verse on International Players Anthem is the verse that everybody knows. Every verse on that song is crazy, but International Players Anthem is International Players Anthem because Andre's telling you about how he CC'd every girl that he CC'd around town. That's just how it goes, right? So Andre has a way of making every track he's on fire. Every Outkast album is amazing. Both of them are amazing, but every Outkast album is amazing. And it's hard to separate Andre 3000 from some of the greatest moments in hip-hop history. Hello, the verse on that he made on Erykah Badu's EP. I mean, it's a perfect song, right? You put Andre rapping on Life of the Party. Now, understand, Donda is an album I don't even listen to. I only listen to Donda for 2 things: Jay Electronica's verse on Jesus Lord, and I listened to it for Andre's verse on Life of the Party, which ain't even on the album. They took it off for a minute, but you can still listen to it. That verse, Andre's verse on Life of the Party, is one of the most amazing songs I've ever heard in my life. It's one of the most perfect verses I've ever heard in my life. You put him on Rick Ross, 16, and he gives you 40 bars of just craziness, right? I mean, this is who Andre 3000 is. So I'm always ready for Andre 3000 bars because I know he'll do it on creative stuff, on artsy stuff, on esoteric stuff. You put him on the Walk It Out remix, and he's still killing it, right? So this is who Andre 3000 is. So this is what I'm waiting for. And then they say he's putting out an album of flute music. Now, I'm not saying that with any shade at all. I think playing instruments is a crazy thing. I mean, I'm sitting here with oud in the room. I've been playing drums my whole life. You know, I play a little saxophone. I grew up taking piano lessons. I love art. I love music. I have no shade about artists playing instruments. And I also love people who grow into new levels of artistry. I love people who didn't play an instrument, who learn how to play an instrument, who play one instrument and move on to 2 or 3 instruments. I love watching people work instrumentation into their vocal craft. I mean, look at somebody like Raphael Sadiq on The Way I See It, where you got songs where he's playing every instrument. Come on, man. Like that shit is fire. So no shade about that. And Andre 3000 has been spotted around the country, but definitely in New York, definitely in Philly, definitely in LA, playing the flute in random places. He's not doing it for attention. He hopes you don't see. Andre hopes you don't find him. Andre is on these places playing the flute so that he can grow as an artist because he's inspired to do so. You watch the GQ special, and I encourage people to watch the GQ interview they did with him recently following the release of his album. And Andre talks about washing his clothes at the laundromat. Yes, this brother be at the laundromat, washing his clothes at the laundromat and going down the alley and playing the flute while they dry. Like, come on, man. That's wild. That's beautiful. That's artistry. So, you know, him wanting to do that is good for me. During the interview, they asked Andre if he would make a rap album or why he didn't make this rap album. Let's start there. They asked him why he didn't make a rap album. Now he said, that's not what I was inspired to make. That's not what I was compelled to make. He said, that's not where I am artistically. How can I get mad at that? If you want to make a rap album right now, make a rap album right now. I ain't mad at that. If you want to make a jazz album, make a jazz album right now. Some of the best stuff I've seen is when people get inspired and do something different. I loved when Nas teamed up with Damian Marley. They made some great songs on their album together. Count Your Blessings is one of my favorites. Or you look at Heavy D, rest in peace to the legend, when he made a reggae album, right? Hugs and Kisses is one of my jams from that. So those are just examples of like artists who say, you know, I'm going to go in a different direction. Queen Latifah made a jazz album, and she has a beautiful vocal arrangement. So like all this is possible. So I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about anything, in fact. But when they asked Andre why he didn't do it, he also said, like, I'm 40. I'm in my 40s. Like, what am I going to rap about in my 40s? I just got a colonoscopy. And he laughed. A lot of people are in their feelings about that comment. A lot of people feel a way that Andre 3000 said that rapping in your 40s is kind of weird to him because what am I going to rap about? That I don't have the topics to rap about. That when people send him beats, he ain't got nothing to say about that subject matter because that's not where he is in his life. And so it made people feel like he was dissing rapping at 40. I don't think he was doing that. I think Andre was speaking about Andre. I don't think Andre was giving anybody any grief for rapping at 40 if that's what they want to do. But I want to be very clear. There is nothing wrong with rapping at 40. Now, you can be selfish and want Andre to rap. Like me, I'm selfish. I want Andre to rap at 40. And Andre's 40 plus. I want Andre to rap at 40. I think he's 48. I want Andre to be rapping at 48. I'm good with Andre rapping at 48. I'm good with other people rapping at 48. I'm also good if they don't want to. But I would never say that you can't. I don't think Andre was saying that you can't. Right? There's no such thing as being too old to rap. I see people in the comments up there saying things like, you know, it's a young man's sport. I see Zakiya Simpson talking about something, it's a young boy sport. Hip hop is in and of itself, yes, a youth movement. When hip hop now it's now allegedly 50 years old, and we know that's bullshit, right? We know that hip hop is a long, deeper history, both in New York and throughout the diaspora. 50 is the corporate birth date. But if we just use that for a moment and say hip hop is 50 years old, then of course, if hip hop just turned 50, then it's been a young boy sport, right? In the 70s and in the 80s, you had people in their teens and 20s making music. You had people in their teens and 20s graph writing. You had people in their teens and 20s breaking, b-boying. You had people in their teens and 20s doing turntablism, right? This is what hip hop was. It was a young boy sport. And in a lot of ways, hip hop was a response to a world that wouldn't let young people do what they wanted to do. You took away the music programs. These young folk turned the turntable into an instrument. You wouldn't let them outside. They tagging up public space, scarring public tissue, as Michael Eric Dyson used to say. You got young people out there who wouldn't be allowed on the subway, but that boombox would be, that ghetto blaster would be. You could hear their voices. So young folk absolutely were dominating hip hop. And in hip hop mainstream culture, a lot of the dopest artists that we grew up with were young. They were our age. If you grew up in the 90s, most of your favorite rappers were only 3, 4, 5 years older than you. They weren't quite your age, but they was only a little bit older than your age. So I get why y'all are inclined to accept hip hop as a young person's thing. By the way, shout out to Brandon Stark. Man, I appreciate the donation. Appreciate the love, man. That's major. We love you. Man, 31994. Appreciate you, love you. Thank you for the donation. Absolutely. Come through Uncle Bobby's, y'all. I'll be there. We make that happen. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the join button. That would be dope, man. I want people to help join this platform so we can continue to build it up. So I get why y'all think I get why y'all think that hip hop is a young person sport. And it was cool in your 20s, but yo, rapping in your 30s is corny, right? Then when them rappers got in their 30s, you know, it was like, oh, rapping in your 40s is corny, rapping in your 30s is fine, right? Now we're in our 40s. Some of y'all are even 50, and it's like, well, you're too old to rap now. Wrong. There's nothing wrong with these youngins rapping the way they rap. When I turn on top 40, top 50, top 100 radio, I don't mind hearing these young kids. I don't listen to it, but I don't mind hearing their voices. Hip hop is supposed to be about young people, but it doesn't have to be only about young people. Just as rock and jazz and other genres grew and aged, now that there's a whole cohort of us who are grown, we can make our own music. So no, Andre ain't too old to be rapping. He doesn't want to rap, and that's great. I respect that, although I'm begging you, brother, please make another rap album when you feel compelled to, but make one, man, because even you on your worst day is still better than 99.9% of folk. That's why you on my top 5. Again, I'll tell you my top 5 before we done here. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. So play the oud. You want me to play the oud right now? Nah, man, that ain't what we're here for. Trust me, that ain't what y'all want. Because right now, rappers in their 40s, I'm gonna be honest with you. Rappers in their 40s are killing hip-hop in the good way. I'm saying they are tearing it up. Who's got the best rap album right now this year? It ain't Drake. It ain't Drake. Who's got the best rap album this year? It ain't 21. I'm gonna tell you. By the way, the best rap album nominees for 2024: Travis Scott, Nas, Metro Boomin, Killer Mike, Drake, 21 Savage. What does that mean? It means that at least 2 of these people, Nas is 50. Nas turned 50 this past September. I don't know how old Killer Mike is, but I think we about the same age. Me and Mike are within the same age cohort. I'm 44. I'll be 45 next month. Killer Mike got to be within 2 years of me. I just don't remember if he's 2 years older, 2 years younger. Killer Mike is 48. Oh, he's same. It's okay. So he's 3 years older. So he's same age, same age as Andre. That which will make sense. The whole Dungeon Crew is about the same age, right? So even when it comes to Grammys now, it ain't the youngins getting these Grammy nominations. Nas got one for King's Disease 3. Killer Mike got one. Why? Because they made the best music. Nas has been on an album run that is insane. You talking about Magic? You talking about the King's Disease? You talking about the Magic runs? Right? All with Hit Boy. What Nas has done over the last several years is put out Grammy-nominated and Grammy Award-winning albums. He's had his best music run. And for some of y'all that didn't love Nas's beats his whole career, now all of a sudden Nas is putting out music where the beats and the lyrics are fitting seamlessly. King's Disease 2 is my favorite of all of them, but I get why people like KD1. I get why people love KD3. I get why people love this most recent Magic one. I love all of it, but I'm trying to tell you, King's Disease 2 is crazy. That's the joint that got Lauren on it, right? He brought Lauren out, another 40-plus-year-old making amazing raps when she wants to. So Nas is killing it. Killer Mike has the best rap album of the year. I don't care what nobody say. Killer Mike's rap album this year is amazing. It is amazing. And you can say what you want about all these cats. When Killer Mike get in the booth, rappers be changing their verses. And they've been doing that for over 2 decades. Don't sleep on Killer Mike. We already know that Nas gets busy. Let's talk about other 40-plus-year-old rappers. Jay Electronica. Again, y'all say what y'all want. Nobody can rock with Jay Electronica, man. Written Testimony is an amazing album. Yeah, there's a lot of Hove on it. It's damn near a collaboration album, but still, that album is special. Exhibit C? People still spitting Exhibit C. People still trying to, rap over that beat better than Jay, and nobody can do it. Listen to songs. Listen on what's the joint with Kweli, J. Cole, and Mos Def, Only Just Begun. Jay Electronica is on with 3 of the best MCs ever, literally, right? He's on with Kwa, he's on with J. Cole, one of the best of this generation for sure, and Mos Def, one of the best of his generation for sure. right? So 3 of the best of their generation, he's spitting with them, and he got the best verse. Oh my God, right? I'm in New York now, like Akeem and Simi was trying to get this lobby door open from a Simi buzz. Come on, man. Layers, right? And he got the voice, right? The album that he never put out. The album that he never put out that has been released slowly but surely is amazing and perfect. I've gotten to hear the whole album on the low. It's a low-key brag, right? On top of that, the album that he did put out, Written Testimony, is extraordinary. He still got it. Black Thought, 48 years old, I believe. Thought, he might be 50 actually. Black Thought is 50. Black Thought, 5 years ago, in his 40s, went on Hot 97 with Funkmaster Flex and dropped the greatest freestyle in rap history. One of the greatest performances in rap history. One of the greatest musical performances outside or irrespective of the genre in rap history. The mastery of craft, the content, the language, the breath control, the performative ingenuity. It was a virtuoso performance. He did that in his 40s, y'all. Lauryn Hill still goes out. When she spits, she shuts everything down. Would I like another Lauryn album? Absolutely. Would I like to no longer go to the concert and hear Miseducation 25 years later? Yes. At some point, I need a new album. I can't hear 25 years of the same album over and over and over and over and over again. Just because you speed it up or slow it down or give me the reggaeton version of X Factor, it's still the same damn song. At some point, I need something different. But I still went to see Lauryn open the night of her tour. I was still there in the front row. I was still there on the side stage listening. I was still loving it. When the Fugees came out and did their reunion album, I was still there. You know why? Because they know how to rock a show. Tribe Called Quest, their last album, rest in peace, Phife, mastered their craft. The album is perfect. And who do they have as guest appearances? Consequence, Busta Rhymes. Rappers in their 40s who know how to rap. Rappers in their 40s know how to do their thing. They got the breath control. They got the mastery of the craft. And they have a new set of experiences that some of us care about. When Nas raps on his new albums, he's rapping about life stuff that I care about. He's rapping about relationships from this perspective. He's rapping about fatherhood from this perspective. He's not talking about an Illmatic where he's imagining what it's going to be like to raise Destiny. Right? When you get to Life is Good, he's talking about what it means like to have raised Destiny and to be watching his daughter grow up in the way that she has and what it means to navigate those things. That's where we at. At some point, you got to grow up. That's for people, and that's for music. Rap's okay for the youngins, but rap's also okay for us OGs, us old heads now. Yeah, I'm official old head OG status now. So Andre 3000 is not too old to be rapping, to answer the question. Andre 3000 is old enough to say, you know what, I want to try some new stuff. But for those that are out there that are still rapping, keep doing it. Because our tradition, our culture has griots. And the griot is the elder that tells the story, that breaks down our culture and our history and our folkways and our mores and our pathways. And you give it to the youngins through story. And so we need the griots to continue. And we need the OGs. We need the old heads. We need people to give the younger people game. When Jay-Z makes 444, that's for me, but it's also for the youngins, so they don't got to do what Jay-Z did. They don't got to make the same mistakes. They can learn from his game when he talked about not buying that place in Dumbo, for example. They can learn from his mistakes in relationships. They can learn to go to therapy. They can learn to be a good partner. They can learn those things from Jay-Z so that they ain't got to learn it for themselves. That's the beauty of the griot. That's the beauty of the storyteller. That's the beauty of the 40-year-old, 50-year-old MC. So keep rapping at 40, y'all. Keep doing y'all thing. Now, some of y'all said, what's the top 5, Mark? I'm going to tell you my top 5. I'm going to tell you my top 5, and I'm going to leave y'all alone. By the way, hit the subscribe button right now if you haven't. Hit the like button right now if you haven't. The algorithm on YouTube is important, and it lets people know to find this channel to find this work that we're doing. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also hit that join button, family. I love it when y'all join the membership channel, the membership network, become MLH fam. It definitely makes this work easier to do. So here's the top 5 in no particular order. Black Thought. Black Thought. Hit the like button if you agree with me. Jay-Z. André 3000. Lauryn Hill. Hit that like button if you agree with any of these. And Nas. That's my top 5 dead or alive. Nas, Lauryn, André, Hove, and Black Thought. That's the top 5, yo. My top 5 is unfuck-wittable. I know some of y'all say, where's Biggie at? Yeah, I feel you. You're not wrong. People say, well, what about Kendrick Lamar? He may make it into the top 5 at some point.